Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine treating your love life, or, even just high-stakes social networking, not as this messy, emotional roller coaster where you're just hoping for the best, but as a chessboard.
And not just a casual game. We're talking Grandmaster level chess, the kind where you're seeing 20 moves ahead.
Exactly. We are diving deep today into a stack of research I can only describe as Grandmaster strategy and human dynamics. We're looking at material that combines behavioral economics, evolutionary psychology, and this is the part that really got me, mentalism.
It's a fascinating mix. We're essentially asking a really provocative question. Can you use the same training tools, the same simulators that the FBI and elite negotiators use to master dating?
Or just to spot a con artist at a cocktail party. It sounds a little cold, doesn't it? Putting romance into a spreadsheet? I mean, my first reaction was, is this just manipulative?
It does sound that way. But the premise here isn't to become some kind of robot. It's to understand the hidden patterns that are already there.
Yeah.
Whether you see them or not. In chess, grandmasters use what are called table bases. These huge databases of perfect moves for any endgame.
Right.
This deep dive proposes a mating table base, a way to navigate human interaction with that same level of strategic clarity, so you don't get played.
And we are going to cover some serious spy stuff. We've got this simulator matrix used by intelligence agencies. We've got a protocol for detecting when someone is using you for your money, which is genuinely terrifying.
It is.
And we're going to talk about how to apply all of this to, say, a Saturday night date. So what's the mission here?
The mission is to move from being a passenger in your relationships to being a strategist. It's about getting from what we'll call transactional pretense to radical transparency.
But to get there, you have to learn how to see the game board first.
Exactly.
All right, let's start with the training, because you don't just wake up a Grandmaster. The source material talks about something called the simulator matrix.
Right, so before a negotiator ever talks to a real hostage taker or a spy handles an asset, they train. They train in these high-fidelity simulations. They don't just wing it.
And one of the key tools is this hostage negotiation exercise used by the FBI and Harvard.
Yes, and this is not just role-playing with your buddy.
No, I'm guessing not.
They use standardized patience. These are actors who are trained to exhibit specific psychological disorders. Narcissism, borderline personality, extreme desperation. They scream, they cry.
Wow.
And the goal isn't just to talk them down. It's to master something called the behavioral change stairway model.
Okay, break that down for me, because I feel like most people, myself included, we probably just skip straight to the end. We want the result.
Oh, absolutely. Picture a literal staircase. Bottom step is active listening.
Okay.
Next is empathy. Then rapport. And only at the very top.
Do you get to influence?
You got it.
Okay.
And that's where you get them to put down the gun. Or, in a dating context, agree to a second date.
So what's the mistake everyone makes?
They try to jump from the ground floor straight to the top step. They try to influence someone before they've built any rapport.
Give me an example of that. What does skipping the stairs look like on a date?
It's the person who sits down and immediately starts bragging about their car or their job. That's an influence attempt. They're trying to influence your perception of their status.
But they haven't listened.
Exactly. They haven't shown empathy, so it doesn't land as impressive. It lands as arrogance.
Right. He's trying to close the deal before he's even opened the negotiation.
Precisely. The training with these actors screaming at you is designed to force you to stay on that bottom step. You cannot move up until the other person feels heard. And it's so hard when you're stressed.
Your instinct must be to just say, no, stop screaming, listen to me.
Right. But the Grandmaster move is to just absorb the emotion first.
That makes sense. It's effective, but it takes serious discipline. Sources also mention the World University's debating championship format.
Yes, the WUDC. This trains what they call ideological flexibility. In these competitions, you get minutes to prepare an argument for a position you may personally hate.
So you could be arguing against your own core beliefs.
You have to. It trains you to decouple your ego from your ideas. I mean, if you could argue against your own beliefs, you can anticipate your opponent's moves.
It's about seeing the logic tree of the whole conversation.
In real time, yes. There was also mention of tech tools like virtual orator.
Right, VR simulations of hostile audiences.
Yeah, you put on the headset and the audience looks bored or angry or they start heckling you. It's all about stress testing your skills in a simulator before the stakes are real.
Okay, so that's how the pros train. Let's bring this down to earth. How does a Grandmaster strategist apply this to the mating table base? What happens when we take these high-stakes tools and walk into a bar?
This is where it gets gets really interesting. The mating cable base applies game theory to attraction. It breaks communication down into 3 channels: proxemics, phronemics, and kinesics.
Okay, let's start with proxemics. Space. The sources mention something called the King's Square, which, I don't know, it sounds a little Game of Thrones. What is this?
It's actually a classic military and security concept. When you walk into a bar or a networking event, where's the first place you go?
Usually the bar, or maybe I find a table near the middle so I can see people.
See, that's the mistake. If you're in the middle, your back is to half the room. You're exposed. The King's Square concept suggests finding a corner or a back wall, a protected vista.
Okay, I have to play devil's advocate here. If I'm the guy standing in the dark corner silently watching everyone, don't I just look like a serial killer? It sounds creepy.
Well, yeah, if you're lurking, yes. It's not about hiding. It's about posture. You lean back, you relax, you have a full view of the room. It subcommunicates environmental mastery.
So you aren't anxious, looking around for who to talk to?
You're the observer. It signals safety and status. You're comfortable enough to wait.
So it's the difference between nervous hovering and relaxed surveillance.
Exactly. And once you engage, you can move to the intimate zone invasion protocol.
Whoa, hang on. Intimate zone invasion protocol. That sounds like something out of the stalker's handbook. Are we telling people to just invade personal space?
It sounds technical and aggressive, I agree. But it's actually about calibration and respect. It's a test. It refers to a gradual reduction of distance paired with non-reciprocal touch.
Explain non-reciprocal touch.
A light touch on the forearm during laughter. Something casual. The strategic part isn't the touch itself, it's watching the reaction. If they lean in, that's reciprocity. That's a green light. If they pull back, even slightly, or stiffen up, you have your answer immediately.
Without ever having to face a verbal rejection.
Exactly. You respect their boundary and back off. A novice pushes through that discomfort. The Grandmaster sees the pullback as data, accepts it, and disengages. It saves everyone the embarrassment.
Okay, what about chronemics? Time. This is the text.
It is. The concept here is controlled response latency. In the early stages, you generally mirror their speed to build rapport. But, and here's the Grandmaster move, after a high-value disclosure, say you've shared something cool about your life. You deliberately delay your response, maybe 5 to 20 minutes.
Why? To make them sweat.
To increase perceived valuation. It signals you aren't just waiting by the phone, but there's a flip side. It's called the Pavlovian interval.
You reward the behavior you want, like training a dog.
Like basic behavioral psychology.
Yeah.
If they send you a vulnerable deep text, something meaningful, you reply immediately. You reward that vulnerability with speed.
And if they send boring small talk like hey or sup,
You wait. You're conditioning the interaction to be deeper.
that is diabolical and probably very effective. What about kinesics?
Body language. The key turn here is micro-expression dampening. We all leak anxiety, a little nose wrinkle, a lip press, checking our watch. A strategist trains to suppress those leaks.
And they also use postural echoing.
Yes. You mirror their posture to build safety, but then you slowly shift to a more open, high-power pose.
So if they're sitting there with their arms crossed, I cross my arms too?
Initially, yeah. Show you're on the same wavelength. Then a minute later, you uncross yours and lean back. If they follow you, if they uncross their arms because you did, you're leading the interaction.
You've established nonverbal dominance.
You're literally moving them physically by moving yourself. It's a nonverbal charisma transfer.
Okay, but here's the problem I always have with this stuff. You can be the smoothest operator in the room, master of the King's Square, perfect your texting. But how do you know if the other person actually likes you? Or if they just like your car? Or your job?
The transactional pretense. This is a huge focus of the source material. How do you vet for genuine interest? The strategists use strategic gambits.
Like the gold digger test.
Yes, but it's not what people think. It's not about hiding your money. It's a game theory concept, a strategic sacrifice. You offer a favor or a date plan that requires significant time, but not money.
Give me a concrete example.
You could ask for help with something tedious. Hey, I need to drive 2 hours to pick up this vintage chair. Want to be my co-pilot? Or you suggest a hike that requires physical effort instead of an expensive dinner where you're paying.
You're testing their willingness to invest effort, not just receive benefits.
You are looking for the entitlement pattern. If they demand more, why don't we just go to Nobu instead?
Yeah.
Or seem annoyed by the effort? That's a zero-sum mating strategy.
Immediate disqualification.
Right. But if they show the reciprocity pattern, if they try to return the favor, or just engage with the effort enthusiastically, that signals long-term potential.
I love that. It filters out the people who are just there for the free ride. There's also the handicap principle.
Exactly. Instead of flashing cash, which anyone with a credit card can fake, you display costly signals that are hard to fake.
Like deep niche expertise.
Yeah.
Or extreme physical fitness.
Right. You can lease a Lamborghini, but you can't lease six-pack abs or fluency in Mandarin. Those require time and discipline. They're honest signals.
But you can't wear this mentalist's mask forever. Eventually, you have to be real.
And that's the ultimate gambit. The pivot to vulnerability. But you do it strategically, using what's called the pratfall effect.
That's where being a little bit clumsy makes you more likable.
Only if you've already established competence. If a competent person spills coffee, they become relatable. If an incompetent person does it, they're just a mess.
Okay.
The goal is to share a struggle with personally overcome. This triggers the hero instinct in the partner. You have to be careful of provider fatigue.
What's that?
It's when you become a burden. I actually learned this the hard way. I thought being vulnerable meant dumping all my problems on my partner. My job is falling apart. I'm so stressed.
How did that go?
Terrible. She felt like she had to carry me. That's provider fatigue. The strategist says, I'm dealing with this specific challenge. Here's my plan, but I value your perspective.
So it's, I'm driving the bus, but I need you to check the map, not, I crashed the bus, come fix it. Okay, let's pressure test this. The sources had a scenario called the benefactor's dilemma, and honestly, reading it, it felt like a scene from Succession.
It really is. It's a great test for reading people.
Set the stage for us.
Okay, picture this. You're a wealthy tech entrepreneur at a high-end charity gala. Tuxedos, champagne, you have resources. And you're approached by Jordan Pierce, a charismatic social climber.
Okay, I'm there. Holding my champagne. What does Jordan do?
Jordan starts with stage one, the hook. It's over-alignment. Whatever you say, Jordan agrees. You love ethical AI? Jordan says that is the only thing that matters. It's love bombing.
Okay.
But then, watch the false urgency. Jordan leans in and says, look, the big players are moving into the VIP lounge. We're putting together a coalition. Are you the kind of person who moves fast, or does your company get bogged down in red tape?
Oh, I hate that. That's nasty. It challenges my ego to make me comply.
Why? What did you just feel?
I feel trapped. If I say I need to check, I look weak. If I say I move fast, I'm walking right into his trap.
Bingo. He's leveraging your insecurity about belonging to get your money. That is stage two, the probe, gatekeeping. He claims the real power is elsewhere and demands a buy-in.
So how do I win?
You win by resisting. You say, I need to check with my team. Now you watch for stage three, the pivot. Jordan will likely show a microtel, a flash of frustration, and then hit you with a disqualifying qualifier.
A what?
He'll smile a little too tight and say something like, you know, I had a feeling you might be more of a systems thinker.
That sounds like a compliment, but it feels like an insult.
It is an insult. It's a subtle neg. He's lowering your status because you didn't comply. The goal isn't to win the argument with Jordan. It's to diagnose him.
Right. Once you see the over-alignment, the gatekeeping, and the negging, you know, this is transactional pretense.
Diagnosed it.
That diagnosis part is key. You mentioned looking for a flash of frustration. The deep dive has a whole section on this. They call it the MTDT.
The masked transactional disappointment tell. It's a mouthful, but it's powerful. When someone wants a resource from you and you deny it, their brain experiences a reward prediction error.
Their brain was expecting a payout and didn't get one.
Right, and for a split second, before their social mask goes up, the limbic system reacts. You look for the frustration flash. A furrowing of the brow, the corrugator muscle, and a tightening of the lips.
And then they smile to cover it up.
Yes, but it's a false smile rebound. It happens too fast and it doesn't reach the eyes. It's a non-Duchenne smile. At the same time, watch the body. The withdrawal lean.
What's that?
Their upper body leans back, recoiling from the denial, but they force their head forward to maintain the conversation. It looks really disjointed.
And verbally. And he tells.
Listen for vocal tightening. The pitch goes up by 10 or 15 hertz.
Yeah.
And the no-no pattern, they'll say, no, that's totally fine. No, really.
That excessive reassurance.
It signals they're overcorrecting for the anger they actually feel.
Wow, so if I say I can't make that donation, and I see a brow furrow, a fake smile, a lean back, and a high no, totally fine.
You are being played. That is the end.
This is incredible, but it also feels exhausting. If I'm constantly analyzing brows and response latencies, am I even on a date? Or am I in a lab?
That is the ultimate paradox here, and it brings us to the philosophy of uncertainty. The sources reference Karl Popper, the philosopher of science, and the concept of falsification.
Which is basically that you can never prove something is true, only that it's false.
Right. In dating, the moment you are certain you know who someone is, she's the one, he's a player, is the moment you stop observing. You stop seeing the data.
You enter the soldier mindset, defending your ego.
Instead of the scout mindset, which is just mapping reality.
There was this fascinating bit about rats. Vicarious trial and error.
VTE. This connects neuroscience to decision making. When a rat comes to a fork in the road, restaurant row, in the study, it pauses. It looks left, then right. Its hippocampus is literally simulating the future paths.
It's imagining the outcome, and humans do this too.
We do. We run hippocampal sweeps. And the research shows that high VTE, taking that pause to simulate, helps us overcome the sunk cost fallacy.
It stops us from just doing what we always do, so why don't we do it all the time?
Because stress suppresses VTE. When you're stressed or trying too hard to be impressive or worried about your king square posture, you stop simulating. You revert to habit. You make bad decisions.
That's why I'm stressed out on a date, trying to be perfect.
You stop seeing the red flags. You need that pause. You need what they call epistemic humility, the willingness to admit you don't really know what's going to happen.
So if we connect this all back, we have these tools, the simulator matrix, the mating table base, the MTDT, but the goal isn't to use them to control someone.
No, the goal is clarity. We compared transactional pretense, starting a relationship with ego boosting and big resources, versus radical transparency.
And the data shows transparency is risky at first.
It has a lower initial success rate. You'll filter people out. You will get rejected more often because you aren't playing a perfect character. But the long-term success rate is vastly higher.
Because you avoid the sunk cost trap.
Exactly. You avoid spending 5 years with someone who fell in love with a mask, not with you.
That is a powerful distinction. You filter out the quantity to get the quality. You use the tools to spot the fake so you can find the real thing.
Precisely. And I think the final provocative thought here comes from Lao Tzu and this concept of the uncarved block.
The uncarved block.
We spend all this time carving ourselves into these strategists, spies, mentalists, but the ultimate strategy might just be the ability to abandon strategy. The master evaluates continuously using all these tools, but eventually they aim for a connection where the tells just don't matter.
Because the masks are gone.
Because there's nothing left to decode.
Yeah.
You use the strategy to find the person you don't need strategy for.
That is a beautiful place to land. Okay, let's unpack this literally for you listening. Next time you're in a high-stakes conversation, just try it. Don't just listen to the words. Look for the withdrawal lean. Watch the response latency. But don't do it to win. Do it to see. Be the scout, not the soldier.
And remember, if you think you have them perfectly figured out, look again.
Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll catch you on the next one.